Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. The honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you. Sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, Caused Egypt to Err in Every Work Thereof. Lord will, you are edified. Source, Jalopnik. Article entitled, Teslas are the most fatal cars on the road, study finds. Tesla has the deadliest cars on the road today. According to a new study from IC Cars, Tesla vehicles have the highest fatal crash rate among all vehicle brands in the U.S. The organization analyzed data from the U.S. Fatality Analysis Reporting System. The study looked into more than just automakers, though. It also broke vehicles down by individual model. It still wasn't pretty for Tesla. The Tesla Model Y had a 10.6 fatal crash rate. That's nearly 5 times the average for SUVs, and it was the 6th worst score overall. The Hyundai Venue, Chevy Corvette, Mitsubishi Mirage, Porsche 911, and Honda CR-V Hybrid were above it. The Model S's score came in at 5.8, 2 times the average. To be fair to Tesla, these numbers don't automatically mean its cars are unsafe for occupants. It has a lot more to do with how people drive these cars. Carl Brauer, IC Cars executive analyst, explained why this was happening in the report. Most of these vehicles receive excellent safety ratings, performing well in crash tests at the IIHS and NHTSA. So it's not a vehicle design issue. The models on this list likely reflect a combination of driver behavior and driving conditions, leading to increased crashes and fatalities. Keep that in mind. A vehicle's size, weight, and height certainly play a part in its ability to protect passengers in a crash. But the biggest contributor to occupant safety is avoiding a crash. And the biggest factor in crash avoidance is driver behavior. A focused, alert driver traveling at a legal or prudent speed without being under the influence of drugs or alcohol is the most likely to arrive safely regardless of the vehicles they are driving. What this tells us is that Tesla's cars are probably as safe as anyone else's, but their owners tend to drive like goons, and the result of that is literally killing people. OG for life. I work at a California Department of Food and Agriculture station, and I can assure you that a lot of those trucks delivering vehicles that are broken down or having problems are usually 70% Tesla cars. And Lucy C. And the nut who makes those electric death traps is not going to help run our central government. What could go wrong? Another comment. Y'all go ahead and keep buying these junk cars. This dude became rich and I don't know how. The aluminum he uses in his car is straight garbage. Only idiots would get a Tesla. Just look inside one to see the proof. So assholes drive Teslas and it gets more of them killed. Batteries catch fire and trapped inside. You know what? I just came across this article a couple days ago. This source, however, is CBC News. 4 killed in single car crash in downtown Toronto. Fair use.
There is breaking news in Toronto this morning. A deadly car crash just east of the downtown core, and Megan Fitzpatrick is on the scene just as close as we can get to that location. What has happened there overnight, Megan?
Well, Heather, police say the collision happened just after midnight here on Lakeshore Boulevard near Cherry Street. The Lakeshore Boulevard runs underneath the Gardiner Expressway, both major arteries in and out of downtown Toronto. Police saying the driver lost control of the car and it smashed into the guardrail. They say when first responders arrived on the scene, the car was fully engulfed in flames. They also say a bystander was able to pull one woman from the car. She survived and has been sent to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. We're told she is a woman in her 20s, but unfortunately 4 people were pronounced dead at the scene. We don't have any information on who the victims are, their ages or genders, but 4 people dead as a result of this crash. And the road was closed down for quite some time, Heather. It just reopened in the last few minutes. When we arrived on scene, there were a lot of fire trucks and police still on scene. It is mostly cleared now. They have taken the vehicle away, loaded it on a flatbed truck and drove it away. The day.
And that vehicle was a fucking Tesla. Now, not too long ago, a cat died downtown Jackson. He was racing his Tesla and it caught on fire and he was trapped inside of that car. However, 5 individuals crashed inside of this Tesla and only one was saved. And that was the will of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. So again, the executive, Carl, stated most of these vehicles received excellent safety ratings, performing well in crash tests at the IIHS and NHT and say so it's not a vehicle design issue. Yeah, right. The models on this list likely reflect a combination of driver behavior and driving conditions leading to increased crashes and fatalities. Job 13:4. But you are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value. And if a physician cannot heal you, he has no value. Major emphasis. But you are forgers of lies. We all know that mechanism, Tesla, is a bunch of bullshit. And according to this research, the part that I do believe, the study looked into more than just automakers, though. It also broke vehicles down by individual model. It still wasn't pretty for Tesla. The Tesla Model Y had a 10.6 fatal crash rate. So what the executive Carl did was he's trying to blame it on road conditions and the driver. Okay? But the study stated the Tesla Model Y had a 10.6 fatal crash rate. And just like the first comment stated, 70% of cars having problems or broken down was Tesla. And the nut who makes those electric death traps, because once you have a crash or if something happens, you cannot get out that car. All right? You cannot get out of that car. And somebody else reported how the batteries could catch on fire. But again, Carl, the analyst for IC Cars, executive analyst, stated it's a combination of the driver and the road conditions, which goes into Job 13:4. You are all forgers of lies. Okay? Forgers of lies. Let's go to Psalm 64. And verse 6. They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the mind or heart is deep. The point is, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. So the Most High has gave the Edomites, okay, a spirit to study and research and get statistics, right? And according to this article, right, for the Tesla Model Y had a 10.6 fatal crash rate. But of course, again, Carl stated, look, it's a combination of the car, the driver, the road conditions. All right, so this is all prophetic, going into Isaiah 19:14, right? Yahweh has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. So this perverse spirit comes from Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And they have caused Egypt, America is modern day Egypt, to err in every work thereof. Err, right? Going into Strong's H8582, pronounced as Tha'aiha, meaning what? Wander, go astray. Okay, to sin, to mislead. All right, so Yahweh has mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. And Tesla is a work that is associated with Egypt. Look at the malfunctions of this car or these cars. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, such as Tesla, as a drunken man staggers in his vomit. All right, so Lord will, this was an edifying lesson. Shalom.